All right, now we move to another area of discussion, employment, economic development. I think you're our first speaker.
Okay, it is obviously a top priority, and probably
you're going to have to wait for the question. But I'm glad you're eager here, okay? And we're going to start this question. We'll start with you, Mr. Horgan. What are your specific economic plans for the city of Akron?
I think a lot of times campaigns, they will bring out, and not necessarily a negative tone, because I don't think this one has been that way at all, but it does bring out different ideas. And the city, I think, has done a very good job so far of being able, especially when it comes to downtown. And even on my tenure on Akron City Council, we were able to do that. That also takes listening to what the residents need and what the business community needs. There's no greater, probably, responsibility of a mayor is to continue to find those jobs. And if you look at some of the unemployment rates and how they've segued up a little bit, well, unemployment isn't bad, but teen unemployment is through the roof. And that causes some of the other issues that affect our city. So when it comes to specific plans, my economic development team and my planning department are going to be knocking on doors. They're going to find out what these local businesses need. And it comes down to an approach that I took, quite frankly, on City Council when we did the Highland Square project. It finally did end a couple of years ago when they did go to a grocery store, but it took listening to their needs and what they wanted, and then turning the city's attention back there. And that's an approach I plan on taking all over the city, whether it's Astor Avenue, Goodyear Boulevard, Copley Road, North Main Street. All of those areas need a lot more attention.
And this is my answer, not rebuttal. My specific plan for the city of Akron first is to make the budgeting priority of spending in our neighborhoods. Akron has about 14 business districts. I'm going to make sure that those business districts get revitalized, because part of, in order to attract businesses, and this is where my private sector experience comes into play, in order to attract businesses, you have to have an environment in which their employees want to live. You've got to raise the quality of life for the millennials and for the people who are going to come here. And you've got to raise the quality of the education. Once you raise those two things and focus on investing in our neighborhoods and in our schools and raising the quality of life, Akron is going to be a place that people want to come and live, work, and raise their family. The second part of it is we've got to reevaluate the downtown projects. There are some projects that have been successful, but we've got to look at the ones who have not been successful, and let's see if we need to, maybe refurbish them and try to get it there. Because Akron needs a vibrant downtown commercial district. And what's the plan and the formula that's been out there now simply isn't working for the entire city of Akron.
Well, first of all, you have to have someone who's actually had the experience of doing this. Everybody, I think, remembers downtown Akron and what it looked like 28 years ago. Far difference now with Canal Park, which came through my committee. I was the sponsor of that project, and all of the development that has taken place around that has transformed our downtown and the jobs that are corresponding with that. Mr. Horgan mentioned Highland Square. Well, I was with Highland Square from the beginning to the end with the grocery store development there, and we have seen an effort there where the residents led the charge, set the terms of engagement, and fought for what they wanted. And the city had no choice but to respond to them and put a grocery store there, which has turned out to be a phenomenal opportunity. All of our neighborhood business districts deserve that kind of attention and that kind of investment. That's where our job growth can take place greatest, is in those neighborhood business districts and our small businesses around the city. Now, the millennials have a particular request. They are asking for assistance with entrepreneurship and creating your own business. That is something that we absolutely have to do as a city, encouraging young entrepreneurs out here, because that too is the opportunity for job growth and job opportunity here in Akron.
Are there any proposals?
Yes.
You're right. There was a collaborative approach in Highland Square, and I understand you were the councilman for that area. But it was me who was initiating those meetings with the business districts and with the residents, and they did take charge. And that organic approach can help, because that's how all these business districts can grow. And there was another section I had in there too, but I just completely lost my train of thought. But if I remember it, I'll take up the 20 seconds.
Here's the thing. Both of these gentlemen are taking credit for a great project. That is great that they've done their job. But however, when you peel back the layer, you have to look at how is that project financed. They did it with federal grants and loans for which the city is responsible, and you enter into a long-term lease with the business. So now you have a situation where the business has no risk, but the city is responsible for paying for it. And and part of the other issue is at the same time that they were allowing this project to go forward, over in Ward 4, they allowed Henry's Acme to go under. So that same type of
first of all, as it relates to Henry's Acme, I was integrally involved in the putting together the financing for Henry's Acme, which included city support to that, and a continued amount of city support to that. Now the real question comes up to Henry's Acme is the community itself and its unwillingness to support the business. So that is where we need to do our own self-analysis as we're dealing with each and every one of these problems that we'll be talking about tonight. There is a community responsibility as well. And
all right.